Hi, it's James with R&A Water Features and Landscaping. It's a beautiful day in Texas Corners, Michigan. We're here revisiting a property we did a design and installation for 3 seasons ago. So we want to check this property out, see how it's doing. We did design everything on the property, the driveways, the walls, the patios, all of that, and we did install nearly all those components as well. A couple of the challenges these clients had is they don't spend a lot of time on the property actually, so it was important to them to have kind of easy to maintain plants. They needed some privacy in the backyard. They needed a good area to entertain their large family, so that was a consideration also. So let's take a walk around the property. We'll take a look at these different areas, give you guys a little tour. We'll see how all these things are doing. It'll be fun. Come on. Okay, so right now I'm sitting on the, I guess what we're calling the raised patio, the dining patio you could call it. It's where they have their large table and chairs. It's where they'd eat dinner or lunch or whatever. And what we wanted to do in this area is kind of create a view to the south with, you know, with some wildlife, maybe just something nice to see while they're on the patio or while they're inside for that matter. So the way we did that to encourage the wildlife to visit is we installed this pair of spillway bowls, which of course are beautiful, and kind of the slower moving water really does get a lot of birds to come and visit and drink and bathe, and it's really quite a show. So the homeowners have been really excited about that and happy with that. Then of course, as you see in the background, we've got a lot of native and non-native plants to add color and texture to the background. So got some maturing to do back there, but it's very colorful and looking very nice. So this is a nice view for them, and they've really gotten some enjoyment out of this area too. So we're pretty happy with this. Okay, now that we have a nice private backyard entertainment area here, we were able to really create something special for these homeowners. So we wanted to create an area where they had a couple different functional spaces to congregate, to gather. You know, it's kind of nice if the adults are at the table playing cards, the kids could be by the fireplace, so on and so forth. It's nice to have these different areas to gather. So we did that for these homeowners with of course the fireplace. They have a nice dining table and chairs, which you'll see in a moment. And we were able to really, you know, it's a lot of patio space. So we didn't want to use all concrete and make it, you know, this concrete jungle. So we were able to really break that up by using this New York bluestone irregular flagstone here that I'm standing on, and the way we're able to naturalize that really well is to, instead of filling the joints with like a cement grout or a number of other things that look kind of sterile, we were able to use a ground cover sedum or a live jointing as it's called sometimes. And you can see it's a very natural, very green way to kind of tie the patio into the surrounding landscape and not have that commercial look. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Some people are really into this. Matter of fact, some people aren't, and I had to kind of talk these homeowners into doing this jointing, but they're super glad they did now, and they mention it frequently. So I'm glad that worked out. As you can see, we've incorporated some sound here with the Basalt column water feature to my left, and then, you know, we added a splash of custom interest with some of these stone benches, of course, made out of the same stone as the patio. So really they're intended to look like the stone just kind of rose right up out of the patio, and they have a couple of those throughout the property that you'll see as well. So we're really happy with the way this turned out. We have great texture with the plants and the foliage, and a lot of things to do back here for the family. Another consideration during this design process was the size of the client's family. They have children that at that time were anywhere from their mid-20s to early 30s, and they were all either married or just about to be married, and they had growing families. So we wanted to consider the growth of their family when we did this. So they wanted an area in the back of the house where they could gather, have parties. They wanted it to be somewhat private. And this view here from the backyard to the street was very open. So they wanted to make sure there was some privacy screening there. Of course, we were able to do this with these Dogwoods. You know, it doesn't have to be a fence row of arborvitae or all those other predictable screening things that people do. So just a few Kusa dogwoods really breaks up the view, creates some privacy when they're having fires in the backyard, and really makes that space much more enjoyable for these homeowners. One of the big issues on this property that we were facing was water management. The clients had showed me some pictures of the house before they owned it, and there in this area where I was standing would often be a puddle of water, especially after even a small rain. This was just full of water and nothing would grow here, and the driveway was always a mess and made for a mess in the winter as well. So one thing we did when we redesigned this access driveway here for the family, we incorporated this large drain. So you can see all the water from this area up from the street, even from the grass, all collects here, collects into this basin and is channeled to a nearby drainage system and off the property. So water is not an issue here any longer. That's a very, very important concern in any design we do, and this is how we managed it on this property. So one of the things these homeowners wanted to achieve in this renovation is they wanted to have a nice, entrance, a nice welcoming entrance for their guests. They do have a large family, so that oftentimes they'll fill this driveway with guests, and they really wanted to present something beautiful and unique. So the one way we did that was to incorporate some small masonry walls up front, and then we did this paver inlay in the center of the driveway. And as you can see, there's a small iron grate, and this is actually a turn-of-the-century water supply grate from New York City. It was just kind of a momentum they had, so they asked if we could incorporate it into the design somehow, and of course this is how we did that. We inlaid it right into the driveway. So it's just kind of a nice, unique thing for their guests to appreciate as they walk towards the front door. To start your project, visit ralawn.com or give us a call today. Okay, now that Brianne has me poised to take my senior picture, we can discuss this next area. Okay, great. Welcome to the backyard. Right? Something like that? Fantastic. Welcome to the backyard.